I always believed that love could fix everything, that when two people found each other, nothing could come between them. I thought I had found that kind of love with Marcus, tall, charming, always knowing the right words to say at the right time. He had this effortless way of making me feel like I was the only woman in the world, and honestly, I believed it. Our wedding had been everything I dreamed of. White roses, soft music, my father walking me down the aisle, and Marcus waiting for me at the altar with a smile that made my heart skip every time. The guests had cheered, my family had cried happy tears, and I had felt invincible, ready to start a life with him. Then came the honeymoon. We had flown to Maui, the sun setting over turquoise waves, palm trees swaying in the gentle breeze. Every morning, he'd wake me with coffee and breakfast in bed. Every evening, we'd walk along the beach, holding hands, laughing, talking about our future. I remember thinking, this is it. This is forever. For the first few days, everything was perfect. I didn't see any reason for worry, no hint of trouble hiding behind his charming smile. But then, little things started to bother me. A flicker in his eyes when his phone rang, a sudden tension in his shoulders when I leaned over to check the time. And then one night, I found it. The other phone. It was hidden at the bottom of his suitcase, wrapped neatly in a black leather case. My heart froze the moment I saw it. Marcus had never mentioned it. He always said he only needed one phone. I had never had reason to doubt him. Until now. I picked it up with trembling hands, and a strange mix of fear and curiosity took over me. The phone was unlocked, and I could see a series of messages from women I didn't know, names I'd never heard, words that cut me deeper than any blade could. I miss you. When are you coming back? I can't wait to see you tonight. I couldn't breathe. I felt like my entire world had collapsed in the middle of paradise. The man I loved, the man I trusted, was someone else's, and the thought that he had been leading a double life while I was falling for him, dreaming of a future together, made me feel dizzy. I remember sitting there, heart pounding, staring at the messages over and over, trying to convince myself that it had to be a mistake. Maybe it was his work phone. Maybe the messages weren't for him. Maybe he was just joking. But deep down, I knew better. The next morning, I couldn't hold it in any longer. We were walking along the beach, the waves crashing softly at our feet, and he stopped me. "Marcus, I need to know something," I said, my voice shaking. "Whose phone is this?" He froze. His eyes flicked down at the phone in my hand, and I'll never forget the look on his face. That guilty, panicked expression, the one that told me the truth before he even spoke. "It's nothing," he said quickly. "It's just an old phone. I don't even use it." But I could see it. I could see the hesitation, the tension, the way his hand gripped mine a little too tightly. I held the phone closer. "I saw the messages, Marcus. Who are these women? Why didn't you tell me about this?" He avoided my eyes, staring at the sand. Then he finally whispered, "It's complicated. I didn't want to ruin this trip. I didn't want to ruin us." Those words hit me like a storm. Complicated? Ruin us? I felt betrayed in a way that made my chest ache. And yet, part of me wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe that the man I loved was still the man I married. Over the next few days, I watched him closely. Every time his phone buzzed, he would glance at it nervously. Every time I mentioned the other phone, he would deflect, change the subject, or make me feel guilty for even asking. Then, one afternoon, I found another detail that made everything real. We were at a small cafe, sipping coffee and enjoying the last days of our honeymoon. Marcus excused himself to the restroom, and I saw a notification pop up on his other phone, a calendar reminder. Dinner with Sarah, 7 p.m. Sarah. That was one of the names from the messages I had read. My stomach turned. My hands shook. How could he plan a dinner with another woman while we were supposed to be celebrating our new life together? By the time he returned to the table, I was trembling with anger and hurt. I knew this wasn't just a mistake. This wasn't just an old fling. He had been living a double life, and the honeymoon was the mask. That night, I stayed awake, staring at the ceiling of our hotel room. The moonlight reflected on the ocean outside, and for the first time, paradise didn't feel like paradise anymore. It felt like a cage. I thought about every word he had said, every smile, every kiss. Had it all been fake? Had I been falling in love with someone who was already someone else's? And I cried until I couldn't breathe. I cried until my eyes burned. And then I made a decision. I needed the truth. I couldn't live in this half-lie anymore. The next morning, I confronted him again, this time without holding back. Marcus, I know everything. I saw the messages. I know about Sarah. I know about the dinners, the calls, the lies. How long has this been going on? He looked at me, really looked at me for the first time in days. His face was pale. He opened his mouth, then closed it, struggling for words. Since before we got engaged, he admitted. I never wanted you to find out. I thought I could handle it and I could make it right. I laughed, bitter, hollow laughter. Right? You think cheating on me, hiding my life from you, planning dates with another person is making it right? He didn't answer. He couldn't. And I realized then that I didn't want to hear any more lies. We cut our honeymoon short. I came home alone, carrying the weight of betrayal with me. My friends, my family, they tried to comfort me, but nothing could erase the image of those messages, the phone that shouldn't have existed, or the man that I had trusted completely. I had to make a choice. Could I forgive him? Could I try to rebuild a life with someone who had so easily hidden another life from me? I couldn't. I told him it was over. I moved out. I cut off contact. And for months, I mourned not just the love I thought we had, but the version of myself that had believed in it so completely. It hurt, every single day. But slowly, I began to heal. I reminded myself that a person who hides their life from you does not deserve a place in it. That love without honesty is not love, it's an illusion. It's been 2 years now. I've rebuilt my life, surrounded myself with friends and family who truly care for me. I still think about Marcus sometimes, not with anger, but with a kind of sad understanding that some people are not meant to stay in your life. And the other phone? I still have it. I keep it locked away, not out of anger, but as a reminder that sometimes paradise can hide storms, and sometimes the person you trust the most can be living a double life without you ever knowing. If you ever feel something isn't right, trust your instincts. Because sometimes the love that feels perfect is hiding secrets that can break your heart completely. This was my story. If you believe that some truths are harder than heartbreak itself, subscribe for more real stories, confessions, and emotional mysteries on Voices of Auntie Carol.